All right, y'all. Today we're back discussing Claressa Shields and this alleged upcoming fight scheduled for February 22nd, 2026. Now, where we last left off, Claressa Shields had gone viral after popping up on the Jumbotron via the Neighborhood Talk, and then several other blogs ran with it. This was all tied to that moment where she allegedly called in to the Hood Champion Sports YouTube platform, pretending to be someone else, only to end up exposing herself. She went from claiming, "I know Claressa Shields personally," to suddenly flipping the script and saying, "You are disrespecting people. You are disrespecting my name, my image," and then started talking about tickets to my fight, how I provide for my family, how I signed an $8 million boxing deal and all of that. And y'all already know that definitely happened. So then, on top of that, I also saw that Claressa Shields has now started promoting her upcoming match. Supposedly, there's an alleged press conference scheduled for this coming Friday. Yes, this Friday. The word going around is that there's supposed to be a back-and-forth press conference between her and her opponent, the usual build-up, the exchanges, all the theatrics leading up to the fight. But listen, y'all, we need to pause and really talk about this. Now, this part is according to Geisha 305, so keep that in mind. Don't be surprised, seriously, do not be surprised if Claressa Shields goes on another rant. I also noticed that Tasha K reposted the clip from the Neighborhood Talk, the one showing Claressa calling in as herself, pretending to be someone else, and then accidentally revealing her identity. And if you know anything about Tasha K, once you come for her, once you try to say this, that, or the third about her, she's not letting up. She's on you like white on rice, period. So I definitely don't expect Tasha K to back off of Claressa Shields anytime soon. That's just not how she operates. And let's not forget, Claressa Shields already said that Tasha K and Geisha 305 are toxic and cancerous to the black community. Those were her words. And she didn't just say it once. She went back on Hood Champion Sports and brought up Tasha K again, and Geisha 305 again. Now, speaking of Geisha 305, allegedly, and again, this is according to Geisha 305, there was a post made on Instagram stating that sources claimed Claressa Shields told them she was unsure whether the fight would still take place on February 22nd, 2026. Allegedly, Claressa said that if the fight ends up being canceled, tickets would be refunded. Hold on, wait a minute. I thought the fight was sold out. That's what we were told, right? I thought tickets were gone. But once again, y'all can go on Ticketmaster yourselves and check it out. The fight is listed and there are plenty of tickets available. And this isn't even one of those situations where it's sold out but flooded with resale tickets. No, there are straight-up regular tickets available, a lot of them, plenty. Now, along with that post Geisha 305 put out, there's also a screenshot floating around. I don't know exactly who took the screenshot or who the original person is, but it's coming from an alleged source, and this is what that source is claiming. They said, "I called the radio station again in Flint, Michigan this morning. According to them, the station said they do not have tickets yet for the upcoming Claressa Shields boxing match. However, they also said that Claressa Shields did stop by the station during their Christmas toy giveaway and told them she had tickets reserved specifically for the station." Now, allegedly, once Salida Promotion and Win Records complete the final certification of the fight, those tickets will then be released to the radio station and the local library. But my question is this: why hasn't that final certification happened yet? That's what I want to know. So the source said they asked Claressa Shields directly, what's the holdup? And she reportedly responded, "Man, it's just a lot of drama. That's why I got out of here. If the fight doesn't happen, we'll refund everybody their money." Then she went on to say she's confident it will still happen because there's a lot of money involved, a lot of money on the line. So, moving on from that, you've also got people in the comments saying, listen, you can literally call the Flint radio station right now and ask about Claressa Shields' tickets for the upcoming boxing match, and it's a no. Straight up, it's a no-go. No ticket giveaways, no contests, nothing. And y'all already know how radio stations usually move. When there's a big event coming to town, whether it's a comedy show, a concert, or even a boxing match, they're usually giving away tickets. Sometimes it's caller number 9, sometimes you have to answer a trivia question, sometimes they'll do exclusive giveaways for football games, basketball games, all kinds of stuff. That's standard. But in this case, none of that seems to be happening. Now, we talked yesterday about Kelly Price being announced to sing the national anthem. We also mentioned Boosie, who recently got probation on those Pow Pow charges, allegedly walking her out. All of that was discussed. But here's where I start raising my eyebrow. When I think back to fighters like Laila Ali, she would train for months straight. She had intense, rigorous training schedules anytime a fight was approaching. The focus was locked in, the discipline was there. And what's interesting to me is that Claressa Shields seems to just now be doing all of this while also being chronically online at the same time. You're supposedly training for a match, but you still have time to DM bloggers, contact bloggers, call into YouTube call-in shows, and go back and forth online instead of fully locking in on training. You're on Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter/X, Instagram, around the clock, constantly tapped into what people are saying about you. Not just aware, but deeply invested. And let's be honest, it feels like you're more focused on what the internet is saying about your personal life, especially the alleged entanglement with a very much still married Papoose, than the actual fight. You even jumped into the beef 50 Cent had with Papoose, inserting yourself after Papoose told you to relax and focus on training. Instead, you chose to go back and forth with 50 Cent directly. So I have to ask, are these really the traits of someone who's going hard in the paint? Because listen, you can film yourself training all day and post clips, but if you're still heavily plugged into every blog, every comment, every conversation online, that tells a different story. And what I find especially interesting is that you still haven't addressed the fact that you called into Hood Champion Sports pretending to be someone else. That moment was everywhere. Blogs, jumbotrons, all of it. And now, silence. Straight crickets. But let someone mention Papoose, and you're ready for war. Let someone bring up Laila Ali, you're ready for battle. Let someone mention Remy Ma, you're ready to respond. Or if anyone talks about Papoose being in New York City, suddenly it's, well, he's going to be upstairs in the booth for my match, and Papoose loves me, and I don't have to explain anything. It turns into this whole long explanation every single time. But hopefully, there's actually a fight to talk about in February when all is said and done. Because if it's true that you can call the Flint, Michigan radio station right now, ask about Claressa Shields tickets, ask about giveaways, ask about contests, and they're telling you nothing is available yet, that's sketchy. It really doesn't add up. There should be non-stop promotions, constant contests, and regular giveaways leading up to a fight of this magnitude. Constant buzz, constant movement. And right now, the pieces just aren't lining up. And on top of all that, there's just nothing. Complete silence. It really feels like Claressa Shields only starts promoting this fight the moment she gets called out publicly. So I wouldn't be surprised if today we suddenly see a flood of posts, right? Reposting again that Boosie is supposed to walk her out during the ring walk, or perform, or whatever the case may be. Reposting once again that Kelly Price is set to sing the national anthem. Reposting this alleged press conference that's supposedly happening this coming Friday. And of course, reposting that Ticketmaster link, because let's be real, the fight is not sold out. So regardless, the whole situation just feels extremely strange. It's odd to see Claressa Shields online arguing back and forth with people, while allegedly everything surrounding this upcoming fight is not even fully locked in. Like, this is wild. This is pure insanity. But again, according to Jasha 305, not everything is finalized. All the pieces aren't in place. All the ducks are not in a row. And the radio station is still waiting on these tickets. Meanwhile, Claressa Shields is out here doing interview after interview, running promo, talking up the fight non-stop. She was just courtside at a Detroit Pistons game, popping out here, popping out there, doing all of that. But when it comes to the actual fight logistics, it's crickets, absolute crickets. And the scary part is, this whole thing could be in jeopardy. It's starting to sound like this might turn into a last-minute scramble, where tickets for radio stations and other outlets get released at the very last second. And to me, that's crazy. That's not how a major fight should be moving at all.